you guys, thank you so much for joining me on Oshi Thrifts, where I talk all things thrift. So if you are a shopper and a saver like me, then you're in the right place on the right channel, so make sure you subscribe. Also like my video. But let's just get into the video for today. Today I want to talk to you guys about some things that I got from the thrift store to make my home a little bit cozier. I have a really small house, so I would like for it to be really inviting when I come in, and I love that it is. And a lot of things that I actually got from the thrift store. The first thing that you all may not think of getting from a thrift store would be plants. And yes, I think that every house should have plants. I can be considered the plant lady, minus the crazy, because I have about 50 plants or more in my home right now. I love them. And if you are not already a plant person and you start getting plants, just be warned that they will accumulate, they will multiply in your house, and you will have 60 before you know it. So you're warned. But you look for plants in the thrift store. If you don't want living plants in your home, then definitely look for silk plants. I have seen those around the thrift stores, and some of them are really big and really nice plants that you can put in the corner, and they look realistic. So keep an eye out for those. Got from an estate sale, and it's pretty big. It was already tall, and it was $10, and I thought it was a great find. So I think if you're looking for live plants, definitely check estate sales. You can go to estatesale.net and put in your zip code and then put in what you're searching for. So if you're actually searching for plants, then just type in plants and they'll come up. And if you're going to get plants, then you're going to need pots, right? And that's another thing that you can get from the thrift store is pots for your plants. Now, I haven't actually found a lot of cute plant pots that I really like, but you can get kind of creative with it and kind of think outside of the box. And I apologize if you hear walking around, that's my dog. But you can get really creative, and you have to just kind of think outside of the box. So, for example, I have this pot that I got from the thrift store. I thought it was really pretty. The green on it, I thought it was just really beautiful. And it's something that, this tag is still on there. I got it from Goodwill. It was $6.99. But it was a half off, I think, too. But because $6.99 would be a lot for Goodwill. But I probably will sit this outside for the summer and put something in it for the summer instead of in the house. But this one I do keep in the house, and it's a pot that I got, and I just thought it was so pretty. It's beautiful, actually. And this actually is from an estate sale. Now, if you're going to put a living plant in an actual bowl that's not made for plants or to get wet, then you want to make sure that you keep it in the pot that it came in or in another pot, and make sure you have plastic under it to collect any drainage of water. So you don't want to ruin your pot, your beautiful pot that you get. Okay, so we have plants, we have pots. The next P, apparently I'm going with all P's, is the paintings. So I think people pass up paintings so much, like they don't even go to that section very often. But you know, if you look in the painting section every time you go to a thrift store, you can find some really pretty pieces. And I have a couple in my house that I really love, and I think you can find some really great artwork there. One of them is a palm tree, and since I think I was supposed to be born an island girl, it really speaks to me. It's plain, but I like it. So I just think paintings is another thing that you can really find in the thrift store, and a lot of times they already are framed, and they already have really nice frames, so you don't even have to do that. You could just take it home and hang it up, you know. And one of the other things that I find at the thrift store that a lot of people may not get are candles. And they do actually, depending on where you go, you can find some of the larger candles, and they're at a great price, of course. A lot of times the ones that smell great are gone depending on when you get to the thrift store. But now, I don't have any now that are really the big candles that smell good, because I use them all. I use my candles a lot, so I do kind of pick them up every once in a while. I've even gotten essential oils from the thrift store and to put in my diffuser. So you never know what you can find to kind of make your house cozy. But yeah, definitely look in the candle section. Sometimes if you get there like earlier, you may be able to find some that are scented, some scents that you really like, but usually they'll be the non-scented ones. But still, I would go into the candle aisle and see what you can see. Oh, the next thing that I think that people pass up a lot on in thrift stores are books. So have you guys ever been to someone's house or seen on TV where they have like the big artistic books and things like that on their tables? You can find some of those in the thrift store. So I have a couple that I keep. Like, I love elephants, so I have a little elephant book. And then this one, it's so big, but I love it. It's kind of torn, but I love picture books. So I have a lot of picture books, and I just think this one is awesome. So you can find things like that at the thrift store. Just make sure you stop in the book section and look around. So I would also say to keep an eye out for like little knickknacks and things like that you like. So I have this hanging on my door so it chimes when it opens, and just little things that kind of make your space more you. So even if something like this isn't your taste, you can find little things that can make your space speak to you a little bit more. And for me, things like this add touches of color and pops of color, because a lot of the things that I have in my home are more neutral, like brownish, tannish, and things like that, like especially the larger things are white. And I would say also you want to keep that in mind when you're shopping for things, is your color palette. So if your color palette is really colorful, then keep that in mind when you're shopping. What you want to look out for are throws, or like little blankets and things like this. So I actually found this at the bins, and it was a great buy. I think it has like it says it's handmade, so I just get it dry cleaned. I don't wash it, but I just get it dry cleaned. It's kind of like a sweatery material, so looking out for things that are really warm and cozy and have materials that you like, and really great patterns, and are colors that you like, I would definitely keep an eye out for that. And you can just toss them on your couch or in your chair. This one usually lives on my chair over here, or on my couch on the side of it. And it's great for company. If they come over, they get cold, they can just take it, and it just makes your space a little bit more cozier. And the last and final thing I would say as far as using the thrift store to make your home a little bit cozier is to actually take things out of your home and take them to the thrift store. Because if you're anything like me, you collect a lot of things. If you shop a lot, then you probably collect a lot of things. And I have to purge often, otherwise my space will get so cluttered, and I just feel like claustrophobic. So just being cognizant not to bring things into your home that don't really speak to you, or are not really something that you really want to keep in your home for a long time, then just be cognizant of that so that you don't bring in things unnecessarily. And then also make sure that you're clearing out things as need be, because you want it to be cozy, but you don't want it to be cramped, right? So keep that in mind. I hope that you enjoyed these tips, and if you got anything from it, please give my video a thumbs up. And if you want more videos like this, then subscribe. I would love to have you join my family. And make sure you visit Oshi Thrifts on Facebook and Instagram, and join our Facebook group so that I can meet you there. Take care.